Hi everybody, Karma here. If you're new to this channel, welcome to episode 18 of My Life Stories. For my returning viewers, and especially for my subscribers, I hope you enjoy the stories I have for you today, and thank you for returning to support me. Today's video has been sponsored by Pop's Trading Post. A link to Pop's Trading Post has been listed below. I have two stories for you today. As many of you know, I do as many shows for my sponsors as I can. I get to meet a lot of you in person and interact with you one-on-one. Now, I first heard this story years ago, and I was lucky enough to get the police officer that told me this story to give me permission to retell it. I appreciate all the men, women, and canines that serve and protect us, the general population. Thank you for your dedication and your hard work. You are all heroes in my book. The name of the first story is The 7-Second Ride. I have been a police officer for 15 years. Like now, years ago, we were required to take a taser class. Back in 2003, when I was a cadet, you had to get tased to get certified so you could carry a taser. This was done for a quick second. So the entire class was tased for a second, and then we were given the option to take the full ride for 7 seconds. No one in the class volunteered for this 7-second ride, but SR, my friend and partner, looked at me and convinced me to do it. "Let's show this class who we are," he said. That got me pumped up. "Let's do it," he said. So I said I would volunteer if he did. At that time, if you took this 7-second ride, you received a pin to show you were taser certified. This pin was a badge of honor, and you were allowed to wear this pin on your police uniform. SR convinced me we needed that pin of honor we would receive for taking the full ride. As we walked to the front of the classroom, remember, we were the only two volunteers. SR was in front of me. He was going to be first. I had heard that cadets that were tased fell to the ground and that the pain from this experience was excruciating, so I started to have serious misgivings about volunteering. About that time, I decided to let my friend go ahead with this little experience and decided to gracefully cop out. But before I could say or do anything, my friend suddenly turned to me and said, "Hey, I have to go to the bathroom," and left me standing there. I was made to go on my knees. The guy with the taser yelled, "Taser, taser, taser," 3 times and shot me in the back. Once the electrodes hit me, the taser sent a pulse with about 50,000 volts and a few milliamps. On a standard setting, the pulse will cycle for 5 seconds before shutting off. The pulse continues for as long as the instructor holds the trigger. The 5-second shock sent intense signals through my nervous system, which caused considerable pain and triggered a contraction in all my muscles. Temporary paralysis set in, and I fell to the ground. Thankfully, they had 2 other people, 1 person in front and 1 behind, to catch me when I fell. My partner made his way back from the bathroom and was a little bummed to see that I had gone first. He actually got to see me get tased. As soon as it was over, I stood up and said, "Your turn," and got him to kneel before he could change his mind. Once again, the guy with the taser yelled, "Taser, taser, taser," and shot him in the back. Of course, I wanted to stand next to him as he got tased. When the 7-second ride was over, I knelt down and asked him if he was okay, and he mumbled something. "What did he say?" the instructor asked. "Oh, he says it didn't hurt him." "Hit him again," I responded. Before SR could say anything, he was back on his knees again, heard "Taser, taser, taser," and got shot in the back again. Hey, don't feel bad for my friend. He's a legend. He is the only cadet that ever took 2 full 7-second rides. And now, that's why they call me the Punisher. I really enjoyed this story. both when I heard it the first time and when AD actually told it to me again. It really shows that police officers can and do have a sense of humor, and sometimes they make light of really tough situations that they have to go through. AD, you and your partners in blue, keep fighting the good fight. Without you, this world would be a much darker place. Thank you, AD, the author of this story, for sharing your experience with us. If anyone else has gone through a similar situation or has a good story to share, please let me know in the comments section or leave 3 heart emojis to show your support and appreciation to AD, who is a police officer. Please remember, comments and likes have a huge impact on how YouTube recommends this channel to other viewers. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Now, AD was also gracious enough to share the following story with us. When we were talking, he made a comment that the more things change, the more they stay the same, and recalled this next story. So hold on to your hats as I recount the story to you, called The Story Man. I can't believe how time flies. The more things change, the more they stay the same. My daughter, L.O. for little one, loved to hear me tell her stories. "Tell me a story, Daddy," she would say, and then she would give me her full attention. I can't even remember how many stories I told her. All were different, with many different endings, but she especially liked the ones about me when I was growing up. One night, she asked me to tell her a story, so I asked her if she wanted to hear a story about my childhood, when I still lived at her grandpa and grandma's house. "Oh, yes, Daddy," she responded, eyes wide, giving me her full attention. I searched my memories and started. "You know where Grandpa and Grandma's house is, right?" I asked her, and she nodded her head. "Well, there's lots of houses there now, but when we first moved there, there were lots of woods where now there are just a few trees. One night, when I was your age, I went to play in the woods. I was having fun, and I didn't keep track of the time like I should have, and it started to get late. While I was playing, I looked up, and I saw a pair of red eyes looking right at me. I was so scared. I ran through the woods as fast as I could to get back home. I turned to run and felt something jump on my back and start scratching and biting me. I couldn't see what it was, so I just punched behind me until I felt it let go of me and just kept running to get home. When I got home, I had blood dripping from my neck. My mom, your grandma, asked me what was wrong, but I told her I was fine, and I went to go take a shower. When I got out of the shower, I could feel some bumps in the back of my neck. Lots of times when there's a full moon, I can really feel those bumps in the back of my neck. As she watched, I rubbed the back of my neck. "There's a full moon tonight, and I can really feel them right now," I said. My daughter, curious as ever, decided to feel these mysterious bumps for herself. As her little hand reached to the back of my neck, "Rawr, rawr," I barked. Shocked, she screamed and immediately started crying. "Why would you do that?" she screamed at me. It took me an hour to calm her back down. Although I laughed like a hyena, I was sad that she never asked me for another story again. My granddaughter loves to ask me for stories. Tonight is a full moon, and I can really feel those bumps in the back of my neck. Woo! Officer AD had me going with this one. I really thought the story would go in a different direction, so it kind of caught me a little off guard. Nonetheless, I really enjoyed it, so I decided to include it here as well. I have one other story from him that I will feature on another episode, as this video is already long enough. If you would like your story read on my channel, please submit your story to karma@karmagetin.com or post to you/Karmagetin on Reddit. All stories will be read anonymously with either initials, descriptions, or pseudonyms only. For those of you that participated in sending Major Bill White, USMC retired, a Valentine's Day card, thank you. You can refer back to this story in episode 14, Karma is a Powerful Thing. His request for Valentine's Day cards went viral, and he received over 70,000 cards from all states and a few from out of the country. It just goes to show you that if we put our minds together, we can accomplish great things, one small gesture at a time. Thank you again, Pop's Trading Post, for sponsoring this video. If you would like to place an order through Pop's Trading Post, please use discount code Karmagetin, all caps, for a 20% discount at checkout. Thank you again, everybody, for all your feedback and support. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share with anyone and subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications to get any new content that comes out. Well, that's my video for today. And remember, do something nice today and help me change the world.
It's not their turn, it's my turn to shine. Like the rays of the sunlight reaching out my arms.
Catch you next Tuesday. Have a great day. Laters!